Okay, hello. I'm doing this. This is a decode that we've done many times before for different dates. It's something that's always in the back of my mind for looking at when we're talking about certain events coming up, right? And that is we're at the start of Back to the Future. Let me just play just a second of this. This is when all the clocks start going off. Okay, right at the start of Back to the Future.
Are those my clocks I hear?
Are those my clocks I hear? That's Doc speaking. I'll just turn it up a little bit. I don't know how it's coming out on the video. Sometimes you can never hear it. Sometimes it's way too loud. But anyway, listen to what Marty says.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. And then Doc's going to tell him, my experiment worked. They're all 25 minutes late.
Perfect! My experiment worked! They're all exactly 25 minutes slow!
Okay. And then Marty's going to do that. You're telling me it's 8:25, I'm late for school. So 8:25, right here, notice that Marty has just been given a ring by Doc, okay, like Donald Trump just got the bell, and Charlie Boy told him to, if there's anything you need, give us a ring, you know. Anyway, alarm bells are ringing at this point, or all the bells are going off, right? And the reference is 8:25. The time is 8:25. And Marty is what? He says he's late for school. He's late. So Marty is late at this point. It's 8:25. And what we also need to understand is that just before those clocks went off, Doc has just asked Marty to come down to the Twin Pines Mall at 1:15 to do the, to show up to do the, he doesn't know it yet, but to show him the time machine, basically. Okay. So this is the setting stuff that we need to know. Now we've got to piece this together, because what we need to do is we need to look at a number jump, and we need to think about, let's go to this, when Marty is, just before Marty's going to get to the Twin Pine Mall, but coming from 1955. So Marty has just done 88 miles an hour. We've got the 911 stuff here. We've got 811. We've even got, remember we have the 4 in here. Let me just show you that. Because there's the 9. Here's the 4 that's in the fire trail. And don't forget that Doc, actually we might just have this in here now. Doc's going to run down, pumping his fist down here. Let me get rid of this a second. Okay, so this is important. See, with Doc with the fist up in the air. Now remember who else did the fist up in the air when he got shot? Who else did the fist? Donald Trump. Okay, that 4-9 is pretty important, because on the 1st of September, on the 1st of July, coming up now, USA will be playing Bosnia in the World Cup. I don't know if Donald Trump's going to that game or not, but that game will be at Santa Clara, and that is the 49ers stadium. Okay, think about that for a minute, with the 4-9 there and the fist pump here, maybe surviving another assassination attempt. Okay. Also, looking up at the Temple of Diana here, Diana, her birthday, 7/1. Okay, he's just got the bolt of lightning from the temple, essentially, from God, coming down from the metaphysical here. Okay, what else do we have going on? So that isn't really important to know. And then we do have the direct reference to Donald Trump with John Crump, the assembly of John Crump, where Marty smashes into. Okay, and this is like a play on words for Donald Trump, Donald John Trump, John Crump, okay, and also the JC with the Jesus Christ, okay. Donald Trump is the chosen one, self-proclaimed chosen one, okay. Now, Marty says, I've still got time here, and actually we've got another decode here. Still got time. He's got to go save Doc, but he's going to be too late, okay, at this point he's going to be too late. So we're going from 1955, from the night of the thunderstorm, to go save Doc, but Marty's going to be too late, okay. In this scene here, Doc is asking Marty to come down to Twin Pines Mall, okay, except the clocks go off and Marty says he's late, okay, and 8:25 is the number that is encoded, that is in here, with the clocks being late, okay, late, slow, okay. Think about that, right? Now let me show you this number jump. If we go from the night of the thunderstorm through to 7/1 this year, it is 258,000. No, it's not. What am I saying? It's 25,800 days. Blimmin' hell, I've got to get to not doing videos in the middle of the night. It's 25,800 days. Get rid of the zeros, okay. 25 past 8. 8:25. Okay, 25 minutes past 8. We've got the exact. I don't know what the chances of that happening are, especially when I'm already looking at this date, and then I just happen to just thought, I'll just run out from, just see what it was, see if it was something interesting. Well, yeah, surely enough, it is super duper interesting. So you see, that's where I got to on that decode. Okay, I just happened to check this date to see how it tied in with 7/1. 258. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh my goodness, this ties in with Back to the Future. Okay. And what is interesting is we're talking about Doc getting shot with the bulletproof vest on, the bulletproof vest saving Doc, and we're also talking about Marty being late in this whole thing. Okay, with the whole thing going on here. So there's this connection to being late with this scene, and the connection is here, where Marty is late to save Doc here as well. So it's all to do with that thing, Doc getting shot. Okay, 8:25 on the clocks, 258 in our numerology here. Absolutely mental. Okay. I think that's it for this one. Okay, I've got like 3 or 4 more bits and pieces in Back to the Future. In fact, I've talked through another one of them. I've talked through 2 other bits with Back to the Future. We've done the 88 miles an hour from Easter. Now you've got to remember that if you watch 88 Finiston Porus's channel, he has some stuff on the novel of Back to the Future on his channel, and I believe there is a direct reference to the time machine, and that when it makes the jump being like an eclipse. Okay, and you got to remember the eclipse is a direct reference to Easter. Okay, so again, the whole jump, making that jump, going through that time portal, is to do with the eclipse and is to do with Easter and being reborn. Okay, so we did the 88-day jump that comes from Easter through to 7/1. Okay, what else did we do? I can't remember. I also talked about the reference when he meets his grandparents. There's a reference to Meatloaf and JFK in that scene, and that is exactly Meatloaf's birthday is 88 days on from this 7-1 potential assassination thing. So again, well interesting with the 88 jumps. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was. I've got one more thing to do for the number jumps. I'll do it in a separate video though. I think. Or should I just do it in this one? I don't know if I've got it really set up to do it right now. Let's do it right now because actually I do have the bonus feature. Problem is I've got to find the right spot in this thing. Let's back this up a second. Right here. Okay. So this we've done this clock before on the Bank of America. Let me just. This clock is initially on 123. When do we see the 123? Is it wave? It's just right before this. This clock has just changed. Hang on. Back up a little bit. There it is. Okay, we can do it. 123 is on the clock here, and we've talked about the reflection being, well, let's write it in. So that reflection is ES. And ES, well, E is 5 and S is 19. So there's a 519 reference in the reflection here from the 123. Okay, let me show you something. I think I've got it in here. Here it is. If I get, let's guess, it's gonna put out on me now and delete that. Look at it. Oh, okay. If I go from 123 this year through to 7-1, notice what I've got. I've got 159. It's not perfect, okay, but I do have that same numerology, 159 numerology, going from January the 23rd this year through to 7-1, right? So are we following that, right? I'm going from January the 23rd, and I'm using these numbers here, and this is taking me to 7-1. I don't know. Yeah, it's 159. I just thought that was interesting as well. Worth putting in there. I actually did also just change the color on this. Let me show you something else. I think this is interesting. I can't remember. Let me show you. Yeah. Okay, so the Bank of America here has a 137 in it. You know, Franco, somebody mentions this to me as well, and I've subsequently seen the video of him with the 137 reference. Something like that anyway. It's that numerology. And this is just, you know, obviously with Donald Trump and the ear wound and everything else, you know, it's super duper important. And of course, this is as well with the other stuff with the September the 15th as well. Okay, with the other assassination attempt thing as well. But what I want to say about this is I've got that number jumping here as well, 137. Look, come on. Guess where it's coming from? 214, Valentine's Day, shot through the heart. 137 days comes through to 7-1. Now, I don't have this up here, but the Bank of America, I want to say it's a couple of shops, a couple of stores down to, like, it's just within a store or two of the Cupid store. So this is, again, this is just like, you know, it's just interesting. In fact, I go to this, it's back here somewhere. Let's have a look, see if we can get it in the background. For some reason, I've had a mental break on. I thought the Bank of America was down here, right on the clock tower for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but actually the Bank of America, and I've got another little decode there as well with all those with that stuff there as well. I will show you that. We might as well just do it all right now. That's way too far back. I need to go forward, I guess. And I'll just talk you through this rest of this stuff. But there's the Cupid adult store there, and this is Bank of America right here, basically, the edge of this. Pretty interesting because the electric line is kind of coming across to the pole right here next to the Elite Barber and the Cupid adult store when Marty grabs the bolt of lightning. Okay, so for that to just be even within, very close to Bank of America with the 137 reference, and 137 from February the 14th, Valentine's Day, is again really interesting. Let me show you this stuff with the car real quick. So the green car behind Marty right now is the one that says For Mary on it. Okay, and just coincidentally, on Pope Francis, okay, who died on, and I actually might have this in here. Let's see if I've got it. Maybe I don't. I've got a whole bunch of stuff up here, but anyway, he died on the 21st of April 2025. Okay, so we could just go ahead and put that in. Let's just do it. Let's do. Oops. And that should be, yes, a Monday. Okay, and if we just include end date, a lot of this stuff comes out for the 2nd as well. Just bear that in mind because it could possibly be on the 2nd. Actually, a lot of these number jumps come out for the 2nd as well, just by using end date stuff. Okay, so probably won't start on a different date until we get past the 2nd of July. Okay. Anyway, this number here from Pope Francis's death, okay, which is on Easter Monday. This is actually Easter Monday, 2025. This is pretty important as well because Easter Monday is all to do with Mary. It's dedicated to Mary, basically, Monday, and it's interesting because you have the resurrection of the sun on Sunday, and then you have Easter Monday, which is the moon day, and the moon is Mary, okay, the metaphysical, the divine feminine, okay. So also Pope Francis, the name Francis as well is connected to the metaphysical. So it's there's a feminine reference in that, and he also, dedicated himself. There's some kind of connection with Mary as well with him. Okay, so a more important connection with Mary with him. Okay, is devotion to Mary, right? So this through to there, which is 437. Again, is really important because this car in the background is for Mary, and then we see the 437 on the number plate here. And remember, this was connected. We did the Aussie Osbourne stuff with this. In the chart of Lorraine, 437 is tied in with 722, 123, and also St. George's Day, or 324, 423. All those numbers are all tied in together. Okay, so we had this tied in with Ozzy Osbourne's death, and when I showed you Ozzy in the reverse JL alphabet comes out as
You've got to send it into the.
See, why is this doing? Do I just press play now? I've got to press this. Hang on. So Ozzy comes out as. So change these letters, do the reverse alphabet. So the reverse of these letters is not in this particular order, but it's Bol, Bale, Bal, whatever you want to call that, Bull. Okay, so Ozzy really was the Prince of Darkness. Okay. Anyway, the point I'm making here is these same letters here. So 437 ties in with Aussie's numbers in the chart of brain. U, L, and G. Dear oh dear, Dan, come on. U, L, and G. They turn around to create foot. So you get your football reference with what's going on right now. Okay. With this whole thing, just little connections like that together. So this is pretty interesting with Pope Francis tying in with this as well. Okay, because of course, well, we're not going to sit here and talk about Argentina and all this stuff, but definitely interesting. Anyway, blah 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 blah. I feel like that's it. What else did I have? Let me just go back to that 88 jump, which I show you before, but that's the 137. That's super interesting as well, because that's like I hardly ever see that number come up at all. Where is my other 88? Here it is. I'm just wondering, from 44 as well, you go 88, it takes you to 71, and there is a big 44 reference in the opening scene as well right here. Let me show you this, which is, check out that 4x4, okay, the 4-4 reference right there, and again with the eclipse stuff, with the yellow, completely black, blah blah blah. Okay, so there's lots of little bits where you can connect back to this day. Also, one more thing and then I'll be done. Stop blabbering on, Dan. In the scene at the town festival back in Back to the Future 3, where Doc and Marty are actually going to do a switcheroo, but Doc is about to get shot here. He gets shot up in the hat here. Okay, Marty saves him with the pie dish. Okay, with the frisbee. At this point, just before this point, 88 is referenced again with the clock. You know, when they take the picture in front of the clock. I don't know if I've got that in the scene, no. But again, we've got Clara Clayton. We've got the Santa Clara reference again with her. Back to the Super Bowl with her. But again, if this USA Bosnia game, if Donald Trump ends up going to it, that would be very interesting, because it'll be at the same stadium, the 49ers stadium, and yeah, this whole shop thing going on. Now, I'll tell you the other thing. The other interesting thing about Bosnia is there is a film called The Peacemaker, George Clooney and Nicole Kidman in it, and this film kind of, the beginning of the film, the whole film is sort of driven off a sort of revenge attack, the connection is Bosnia at the start of the film. Okay, and it's all to do with them sending peacekeepers, okay, into Bosnia, right? And here's the peacekeeper, the I4 reference as well, which you can get a 9 with the I and then just change the 4 into the number 4. 9-4 reference with this, which is quite nice for the stadium for the 49ers again. But in this film, there's a nuke that gets stolen and is going to be set off. You know, it's a terrorist type thing going on. Just interesting with the name Peacemaker, because where Doc is about to get shot here, after that happens, Marty is given a cult. I'm pretty sure it's a cult Peacemaker. Okay, and then they do the switcheroo. So Marty ends up being in the showdown where he uses the fistful of dollars bulletproof vest. Okay, and he ends up not having to even use the Peacemaker. He just takes it off and drops it on the floor, and he gets shot in the heart, but he has the bulletproof vest on. Okay, so around in circles with him, flipping backwards and forwards and everything else. And of course, I haven't even run any numbers for Clint Eastwood and Fistful of Dollars and all that stuff, but you know, I just don't have time. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. There is a ton of references that come out at 7-1 with this. Okay. Not to also mention that the Charles and Diana wedding is referenced, and Diana is referenced in the newspaper in Back to the Future 2, which is the Hoover Dam scene, okay, which is the hoverboard scene, okay. So lots and lots to bear in mind, lots and lots of references. I'm going to leave it there for this because I've waffled on long enough. But yeah, this is what to take away from this. This is absolutely insane. From the night of the thunderstorm, Marty is going to be late getting to Doc, who is about to get shot. And we're looking at Donald Trump getting shot on 7-1, maybe 7-2. But yeah, and this is a reference to Marty being late, and he's late to witness the shooting of. Well, he gets there to witness it, but he's too late to save him. Okay. All right, I'm leaving it there. Thanks for watching. Cheers. All right. Good night. God bless.